Okay, here we're going to take a look at the advanced wireframe and click-through prototype that I did for the question cards part of the game of QuestToDareMe. As you can see, I took inspiration from the UI already present inside of VRChat because it would fit well with the environment. This is basically just to showcase how this would work. We will do it in the interactive prototype as well, and you can see for yourself how these connect together. But basically, you would have a player view and a preview that other people that are playing with you would get if you selected a question. And of course, there's also like a little pop-up window that would show when you hover over this. And that's exactly what we're going to go through right now. So once you launch up the Figma prototype, you have to fit the screen first, just so that you can actually see what you're doing. And there are two types of questions that you can select from. Like, this is an interactive menu that pops up the first time that the question thing comes out upon launching the die and landing on question. You can have a custom question, which means you can just speak up and say whatever you have on your mind, or type it in the chat so you have a little bubble over your head for like people that, for instance, cannot hear you, or have other types of disabilities and may not be able to hear you for other reasons. Then you have the default questions, which lead to select a category, because I thought it would be better to have a little bit of a sectioned up, an organized set of different questions. And you can either ask a friendly question, so basically these are generalized questions to get to know somebody. Like as you hear, as you see here, there's like a hover thing that pops up when you hover with your in VRChat. If you have a VR kit, it would be the joystick's laser pointer, but you can also play VRChat for desktop. So with your mouse pointer or your joystick, it would just show you the question. So, if you don't like the question, you can also click this one that would make you try again. But basically, yeah, if you're okay with the question, you just select it and everyone gets this panel. And if you're asking a specific person instead of everyone, because the rules are a little bit more open to what people prefer, only the person that has been asked to answer the question has to answer it. This is just a reference for other people, but otherwise everyone just goes in a round circle and answers the question, and you continue the game. But yeah, as I was showing before, if you don't like the first thing that you get, you can basically select another one by no good, try again. And you would have like another question that pops up, and you can select that. Yeah. And there's also a back button that I implemented just to make sure that people have a way to go back if they accidentally selected something. You have personal questions, which are a little bit more in depth and can be a little bit more sensitive, such as, questions that pertain to somebody's personal life, or something they might be, insecure about. And these are a little bit more tricky to answer for some people, but it's still an option within the categories. And then you have something that basically helps measure your moral compass. It's the dark choices. So they're kind of would you rather questions. But they can also have other formats, such as you're given a choice, you're in a danger situation, you have the choice to save either yourself or your best friend. Which did you choose? And here it's actually to measure how selfish people are, or what kind of person is basically in front of you. It's a good way to get to know people. Obviously, like, I don't want to have people pressured into like feeling like they're awful or that they're going to be judged, but dark choices is usually an indicator of somebody's personality, how they are morally oriented, and that can help like-minded people perhaps stick together. You also have misc questions, which are basically just fun facts, such as, leading questions that ask people something in a narrative sense. Like they ask them to narrate an event that they've experienced, or simply just, tell a memory, one of their fondest memories, or, a vacation they've been on, or where they would like to go. They're similar to the friendly questions, except these allow people to open up more and perhaps share more about their personal experiences rather than just preferences. And yeah, that's basically just the click through, and it works perfectly fine. Right, next up we have the bezel 3D models that I have done in order to showcase what it would look like in a 3D environment. So in actual VR, these are high fidelity prototypes that will allow you to see what it looks like. Yeah, basically when the question one comes out after rolling a die, this panel pops up and that's what it would look like. Here is just like a follow-up of what it would be like if you selected the custom question. So basically you just click custom, and then like the panel pops out, which allows you to just, tell your question to people. And yeah, that's pretty much it.